And now we are on the third video for the Tree of Life, or really it's about Anastasia. The Tree of Life, as important as it is, was something that happened, a visitation given to me in 78, the death and resurrection experience in 2010, something that happened. As important as these things are, and very important, otherwise I would not have had the understanding for Anastasia Estates, all inclusive, pay it forward, profit sharing communities had it not been for the life that I was given and how my destiny is unveiling. And excuse me. But as important as the visitations or the visions or the prophecies or the fulfillments of the prophecies and the whole journey that I had to go through in life, um, good, bad, or indifferent, really the more important thing is you and you and I connecting right now in this moment. And all of those things that we talked about in the first two cassettes, it's really about how does that affect your life today and the people whose lives you touch and the people whose lives I touch today. So this is not really about the Tree of Life visitation in 78. It's not about my death and resurrection experience in 2010. It's really about how does this play out in the everyday normal life that you and I live. And so I talk about that movie with John Travolta where the light hits him in that movie Phenomena in the 90s, late 90s, and how he becomes a genius. He's more connected to the light. Or the movie Powder, or we talk about The Medicine Man. I also have talked about it in some of my other teachings about a story of three men that met just by happen chance in a resort in a particular country, and one of them ends up doing something, and nobody ever figured out what it was. But whatever it is that happened to, I guess I could say the least of the three, because he was kind of crippled and handicapped, and not that that's bad. Don't get me wrong, but just that he was slower than the other two. But they all hung out, they got along, they had a great time together during the time that they were together. But the lesser of the three is the one that became the greatest of all because he somehow connected to infinity. And so this is what Anastasia states, all inclusive, pay it forward, profit sharing communities are all about. We take the focus away from money, and we take the excuses out of the equation. We give you the homes below cost. Uh, you know, solar in the United States, it's like $60,000 to put it on your house. Well, we give you the house, solar, rainwater catchment, air to water technology, hydro, not hydro, air, wind turbine, and the house for less than $60,000. And we have different products. You go ahead and take a look at that at Anastasia. It doesn't matter to Anastasia because we're not making any money on the houses. We're giving them to you below cost. We're not making any money on the land, so nobody can accuse us of trying to sell land or houses. Guys, Anastasia doesn't care. We give you the land without payments and the homes below cost. We also facilitate all your life needs in the community, medical, dental, 8 minutes away. We're not doctors, so you get actual doctors. That's good news, right? But the farm is organic, and the water is clean. We have natural spring water. We have incredibly clean water, and then we manage the rainwater. Okay, so your life needs are below cost. All right, so nobody can say that Anastasia is trying to sell houses. We are not selling houses. We're giving them to you at cost. Okay, and the land and everything else. Okay, I won't rattle on any further with that. I think I've made my point. But the purpose that I'm saying all that is, so what if Anastasia gives you your life needs so that you are all inclusive? Just like the universe is all inclusive, and you are no longer lacking time because you're not having to work like a slave to pay the bills, even though you own nothing, right? You just own a piece of paper that says you're a slave until you pay for it. So even when you're sick, you got to still work. Even when you have problems at home with the family, you got to still work like a slave and go to work. Okay? Well, what if that was eliminated? What if you could live in a paid-forward community and you had time because the profits or the businesses were yours? And the land was yours, and the home was yours, and the farm was yours, and the store was yours, and the bank was yours, and the massage parlor, not a whorehouse, but a massage parlor, actual massage, day spa, resort, restaurant was yours. See, that changes things. Now you have time to be who you really are. If you're a total jerk, you have time to be a total jerk. If that's what you want to leave behind as your legacy. But if you're not a total jerk, thank God, hopefully you're not, and you're just a human being, and you're a good human being, then you are given the time and the resources to be all that you can be. The man or the woman that you always dreamed of being. You would be able to connect to yourself, to your loved ones, to humanity, and to your higher power. Okay, or your guiding light. And I've already said this in both of them. God, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, core source, creator, whatever you're comfortable with. So if you had more time to connect, then you can begin to do what Einstein was talking about in terms of E equals MC squared. You could use your time and your energy to create the mass that you're looking for, or the result that your destiny calls you to, in terms of everything, not just homes and land and your life needs and profit sharing and all that stuff. That's small stuff. But I'm talking about the real joys of life, like making the best out of your children, being the best husband, the best wife, the best you that you can possibly be, and tap into more of your brain power and your being power, which is really what we're called to. And interestingly enough, you look at the tree of life, and in the book of Revelations, or whatever religion it is that you follow, a life without a connection to the light is disconnected. Because it doesn't matter if you have a house and a car and all these things. If your life is disconnected from your higher power and from the light, then there's no purpose for all that stuff. It's the light that gives you life, guys. The moment that you're connected to the light, that's the moment that you get turned on. And any time that you disconnect from your light, you're separating from that which is most important of all. But I know that you cannot even get into this conversation when you're just worried about paying the most important thing, which is paying the bills. If you're still living that debt mentality, then you'll never reach the destiny that you're being called to. You'll never be all that you were designed to be, or all that you can become. So Anastasia is about no longer focusing on money. It's about teamwork. It's about coming together. And we've got the lands, and we've got the architects and the engineers and the construction and the attorneys and everything, and the software company. Everything that you need to take over life, we're giving it to you. Okay? You don't have to believe it. All right? It doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway. You don't have to understand it. That doesn't matter either, because we're doing it anyway. Okay? So you don't want to believe? Don't believe. You want to believe? Go ahead and believe. Either way, Anastasia States, all-inclusive, pay-it-forward, profit-sharing communities, is doing this right now. And we have groundbreaking July 28th. I hope we make that day, because so far it's all volunteer-based, but the lands are in place, the farms are in place, 4 houses are already there. We're getting ready to build the showroom, admin, model home, blah, 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 etc., and then bring people in. So we want to invite you. And then in the next video that I'm going to put together in a few minutes, we're going to talk about profit sharing. Not that I even want to talk about money, but just because I know it's important. I'm going to blow you away by showing you what you can do when you team together intelligently with people like you and I.